Thank you. Goodness sake. Can I rotate? Okay. Can we not? How do I? Okay, orientation is locked. Rotate device back. Okay, yeah, I don't want it to be this way. I want to reorient it. I swear. Okay, well. Oh, come on. How do I reorient you? Goodness sake. Okay, well, it's gonna just be this way then, because I am not going through that again. Oh, I swear. Hello, everyone. Oh, gosh. Okay, what's going on? I don't know what's going on. Anyway, hi, Eric. Welcome in. The orientation is like this until I can figure out how to fix it without going out and coming back in. So, yeah, fun times. Hi, Denise. How are you? Welcome in. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. The orientation is vertical and not horizontal. I don't know what I did. But yeah, this is what we're doing today. Hi, Blue Breeze. Welcome in. Hey, Rowan. Welcome. Oh my goodness. I swear, if it is not almost Mercury retrograde, it sure does feel like it today. Because this tech is not wanting to work. All right. Hey, Geej. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Hi, Oslim. Welcome in. Can everyone hear me all right? See okay? I'm so sorry that we're vertical. I can't figure it out. I'm old. Hi, Mirjana. Welcome in. Oh, good, Denise. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so I don't know how it's going to go tonight because obviously we're off to a rough start with not wanting it to be where I want it to be. I wanted it this way instead of this way. I think the only way I could fix it is exiting out of the live and coming back into the live. So, I don't know. But we're here now. We're powering through. It's going to be okay. Hi, Angel Dust. Oh my gosh, your name. I'm currently attempting to perfect my skills with nail polish. Oh, yay. That's fun. Yeah, no, this energy is intense and crazy. I have been a shell of a person this past week. It's been interesting. So, anywho, I'm going to give it a couple minutes for people to pilfer in, and I'm just going to give you a rundown of what I'm planning on doing. Tonight, we're going to kind of discuss the energy of the planets and what's going on with this lunar eclipse in Virgo, kind of what to expect. And then I will do what we normally do with the tarot cards to see how to best, utilize this energy, and then pull more of the oracle cards to kind of confirm. I'm a Gemini, so this Mercury retrograde is going to kick my butt. I can already tell. And then after that, we'll kind of see how much time I have because I have about an hour before I need to skedaddle out of here. So we're going to kind of go by vibes and see what happens. But this is going to be a collective reading. And then we'll see how much time I've got left. All right. With that being said, we are at a good time, I think, to start. And we kind of already talked about it. We have a full moon, but it's also a lunar eclipse. Eclipse seasons are crazy. They're kind of dicey. I am of the opinion of you practice however you want to practice. If you are trying to manifest or do any spell work, you do what feels right to you. I feel like everybody has their own kind of vibe when it comes to eclipses. And for me, I just get too worn down, so I don't really do any sort of spell work during eclipses. And I am of the opinion that with me being so worn down during an eclipse, that also means like the targets of where my spell would go could kind of be all over the place because lunar eclipse, it's like you get kind of all the phases in one night of the moon. And I think in North America, we'll see it around midnight if you're in the Pacific Standard Time area. So that'll be really cool to see. Hey, Jaslyn, welcome in. Yes, this is the blood moon. That's uh, what the lunar eclipse is being more commonly called because you do see it more red when it passes through the phases. Vampires. But this also is a really good time for shadow work to utilize the dark energy, speaking of. So if you are wanting to tap into that and kind of do some self-reflection, perfect time for that. So anyway, let's get into it. Full moons, they're usually a great time to reap the rewards of the hard work that you have done. They're a great time to kind of tune into your intuition because your intuition and your emotions are kind of at an all-time high. It's the end of a cycle. But we have this lunar eclipse, which is a great time for healing. And you'll kind of see, you'll have light bulb moments of breakthrough about how to kind of go about your healing, which again segues into the shadow work. Hey, Van, how are you? Welcome. Good to see you. So, uh, it's going to be a time where you kind of just want to do nothing but kind of go in and what I like to affectionately call cocoon, but that's just me personally. I'm hitting it really hard. So with it being in Virgo in particular, Virgos are very analytical, they're very hardworking, they're very patient, that overall energy of Virgo. So with it being a full moon, it's a good time to do the go within, to cleanse, to do your purification, to cleanse your wards if you do warding, to do sweeping rituals. Um right? Hey, Sainted. Oh, oh, I'm so glad you're here. Oh, yay. Um, yeah, so it's a really good time for all of that. And cleansing with the sweeping is really interesting that that would come up for Virgo energy because it's kind of like a particular way of cleaning and a very intentional way of cleaning. So even if there's nothing on the floor and even if you don't like touch the broom head to the floor, you can still do intentional sweeping cleanses, especially if you have like a ritual broom and you just go clockwise or yeah, clockwise around your house and be very intentional with your energy of wanting it to cleanse. Grounding is going to be important, especially with this eclipse. So if you do any sort of visualization or if you go out in nature, do your walks, do your putting your feet in the ground, even eating root vegetables, I can find that that works for me sometimes when I'm feeling a little flighty. And it's a time to stop really second guessing yourself. We do have that tendency to overthink, but it's time to really believe in yourself and break those patterns, break those cycles that are the I don't believe in myself, I'm not worthy, blah, 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 those limiting beliefs. And then you break out of that cycle of like really getting to the point of why you feel that way and moving forward from that. It's a time of release, really. And with the Virgo card, excuse me, the Virgo sign rules the Hermit card in tarot, which is a very introspective energy. It's also an energy of self-illumination where you're lighting your own way for your own path. So things might be a little bit more clear for you coming out of this lunar eclipse. You might see you'll find a different way of doing things, a different way of being, because the Hermit card asks you to go within and asks you to rely on your own wisdom. So you might have to do a little bit of that. Yeah, spring begins. Spring is almost here. I'm so excited. Although currently it has been storming where I am at, but I'm taking it as cleansing energy. And with that, we come into Mercury. So Mercury is the planet of communication, of knowledge, of information, curiosity, ideas, learning. So when we have a ruling planet that is in of itself in the full moon, and it's going in retrograde, things are going to get a little chaotic, I feel. is really asking us to kind of take a step back and retreat. Because with the Mercury in retrograde, all of these things that it rules over can get interrupted or can be misinterpreted. So you might see yourself having miscommunication in phone calls and emails. Um, Data might be messed up, tech problems, travel plans might be messed up. And this is not for me to scare you guys or anything like that, because these things happen about 3 to 4 times a year. They usually last about 3 weeks, but some signs will probably feel it a lot harder than others, which currently would be Virgo and Gemini, because the ruling planet is Mercury. So I'm out here miscommunicating all day, even though it's not technically Mercury retrograde yet. That starts tomorrow. So back to the lunar eclipse, I wrote notes, so I'm making sure I said everything I wanted to say. Um, the lunar eclipses, don't get them confused with the solar eclipses. The lunar eclipses happen during full moons. And so that's why you'll see like the blood looking moon. Hey, Mystic Cat. Yeah, right? Oh gosh. Yeah. I don't know if anybody else has been super tired, but I didn't sleep hardly anything last night. I kept getting awoken. Yeah, it was not fun. So forgive me if I sound spacey. I've had a lot of caffeine and it has not done a thing. But okay, back to the lunar eclipse. This is healing on a soul level too. So we are clearing things out from your past. It could even be clearing karmic cycles that you've had in the past that you might not have been aware of. Especially if you are a black sheep, you might be clearing out like a lot of karmic cycles. There is a affirmation that is, that which is meant for me will not pass me by. I wrote that down to share. This is a time of change and transformation, especially as we go into Aries season and spring. We'll feel ourselves like wanting and expecting the change. Allow events to unfold and be easy on yourself. Don't think that you have to control every aspect of what's going on right now, because there are things that are out of our control and we just have to kind of roll with it. And the intent behind it is that it's for our highest good. So we're going to let go of things that are no longer serving us, because at this point, why are we holding on to it? That's past baggage. We don't need that anymore. Speaking of the past, we might have past people that we have said goodbye to try to show up in our lives and over the next couple of days. If that is something that you want to, entertain, that is your choice. For me, that is a no-go. We're gonna let that lie. And then we're gonna get back on track. We're gonna, start moving forward, taking action. We're going to forgive where we can forgive, because forgiveness is a way to release and move forward. And forgiveness is about the action for you. It's not about the other person or the situation. So, for instance, if someone did you dirty, you forgive them for the action, but it's for you. It's not for them. If that makes sense. I'm going to try really hard to explain it if you need me to, but they don't need the satisfaction of knowing that you forgive them. Like, you don't have to go over to them and say, I forgive you, it's okay, because it's not. But forgive the situation, know that it happened, and now you can release that and move on. Let me see, what else? Yeah, we're just overcoming challenges, we're healing, we're doing our shadow work, we're meditating. And then we are understanding that this is a time for some internal work, some introspection, and knowing that it's okay to kind of cocoon. We don't have to be go, go, go all the time. Also, with everything that's going on in the world right now, please make sure that you are taking care of yourself, that you are staying hydrated, that you are getting your rest, that you are experiencing radical joy, and that you are still living your life, because that is a form of resistance. Let me catch up on comments real fast. Yes, so sleepy. Yes, the vivid dreams are vividing. Hey, Jenny, welcome. Yeah, the to-do list. Ooh, 4 a.m. Gigi. Oof. Major sleep issues. Okay, I'm glad that I am not alone in that because, oof. Hey, Luke, love you too. Oh my goodness. Both of you, sun and rising are in Aquarius, moon is in Gemini. Nice. Hey, Lady D. Hello, welcome in. Aw. Hey, Jessica. Welcome. Good to see everybody. I know I need to start doing these lives more. The reason why we're doing it on my phone and it's crazy is because my what is it called? The webcam. See? The webcam that I usually use is not of quality with the way that I've set up the office now. So it's just easier. It's more important that you see the cards and not my face. So we're doing it this way for a while. Virgo sun, Sag rising, Cap moon. I feel that that's very on point for you, Sated, from the reading. So you're feeling it. Yes, yes, absolutely, angel dust, absolutely. And it's valid to feel those feelings. I feel like my ancestors are screaming at me like, gather everything up and what are you doing? You must run, you must flee. But that's not what we're doing here. We're not gonna go there, Natasha. We're gonna keep it light. Okay. So with all that, I think I've said everything I needed to say about these guys. Yeah, it's been terrifying. It has been not so fun. And seeing people, go through certain things is not easy. All right. So I'm going to pull 2 tarot cards to see how best to utilize this energy. And I swear to God, if I get the Hermit, I'm going to crack. And then we'll do 1 card for advice to move through it. Hey, Kat. This is the When Women Had Wings tarot, which I absolutely love. The cover looks like this, even though that's the guidebook. It's beautiful. It's been one of my go-tos lately. All right. How can we best utilize this lunar eclipse and Virgo energy? Okay, well, we're not going to use those because those came out 3 at a time. So 5 of Swords, understanding that not all conflict is the conflict that we need to invest ourselves in. So 5 of Swords, this is usually about like trying to get a win regardless of how you go about it. And so when you're talking about this energy of the full moon, it's like that conflict, we can leave it. We're done with that. We don't need to win at any and all chances. Like we don't need to be sneaky. We don't need to be underhanded. We don't need to overthink things anymore. We're going to take the time away from all of that. Like the meme of, am I the drama? No, we're not the drama. We are allowing ourselves to sidestep that because we are going to move forward with love and an open heart and an openness to receive. Okay, we want to heal. We want to have an overfilling cup. We don't want to concern ourselves with chaos and conflict and destruction. But this is a number of the number 5 in numerology is a number of change. So sometimes we have to feel that destruction and feel that chaos in order to decide, okay, that's not what we want anymore. We want to move on from that. So how to best utilize it is know that you're not the drama. Separate yourself, walk away from that, and then move forward with an open heart and understand that new things can come from healing and from allowing your mind to just stop with the overthinking. It is a beautiful deck. The fight and flight among ancestors is so real right now. Yeah, yeah. And I have I have a long line of ancestry. Gosh, Natasha, from over where there's conflict going on right now. And so it is on a soul level being felt here. So it is crazy. Like I just see myself, okay, where's the chickens? We got to gather the chickens. So anyway, let's pull more cards. Listen, you came for the astrology and the cards. You stay for my stories. Hey, Jake, welcome back. Yeah, nope. Separate yourself from the crazy drama. And the Five of Swords comes after the Four of Swords, which is all about rest and meditation. So this could be like having a change of mindset too, a change of how you view what you're going to do moving forward. So again, since this is a general reading, just take what resonates. Let's get some confirmation cards here. This is the Heavenly Bodies. I just heard stand up for what you believe in too, but that's not something to do with this reading. So we did get Uranus, which is about radical change. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, we have definitely been getting better on my side of things with the channel and everything that happened. So then we have the Moon with satisfy emotional needs, nurture yourself and others. And we have Scorpio with intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. All things we talked about. Then we have the cardinal signs here, the instigation, bravery, and a pioneering spirit. So moving forward with inspiration, knowing what you want, being brave to go within. Oh, that's exciting. I love a new hair transformation. And then we have the trine, which is angelic support, harmony, and perfect flow. So finding that harmony. I did a reading earlier today and the Justice card was pulled. So the energy of balance and harmony is still there. All right. And then we got three more. Jeez. Okay. We got Cancer. House 11, friends, like-minded groups, and humanitarian beliefs. So align yourself with that situation. Again, we're separating ourselves from the drama. House 3 is early learning, childhood relations, the rational mind, and communication. So confirming the need to kind of focus on clear communication. We also have the swords here. So again, more air energy, knowing that our communication could be twisted, could be misinterpreted. So just making sure that we kind of clear up any kind of misconceptions, things that are going on, communicate clearly and effectively, and then being empathetic to those who cannot quite understand that they are not getting their words out correctly. Cancer, nurture, comfort, and protection. So more of that cocooning and energy, self-care energy. Oh, knocked yourself off? Oh, I hate when that happens. I've done that quite a few times. This one is the Ascension. Sorry, I have to grab the box. The Astro Ascension deck. This one is from, oh my gosh, Angel Skog. If you check out the video I did on this, you can find her channel. She's awesome. This has been an interesting deck to work with. I really like the size too. He's tiny-ish. All right, confirmation cards. Come on. How's everybody doing? The birds are so cute. Oh, the birds. Oh, wow, we have a lot of birds. Air energy. So 4th house, Lyra, Christ light. Okay. So chariot and high priestess energy, healthy roots, divine power, 5D heart activation, and then we get Chiron for healing. Let's see. You really love your... Oh, I do. This deck is absolutely wonderful to work with. I highly recommend if you are wanting an astrology deck. It's very easy to work with. It has a ton of information, and this is the guidebook. It is hardbound with a little ribbon bookmark. It's just wonderful. To me, I kind of have a little bit of a bias because it was a gift from one of my siblings. So, you know, it kind of has that little bit of a bias to it, but I absolutely adore it. I love My Chemical Romance. I haven't listened to every album, but I will tell you that their first, well, I shouldn't say, the one where they are, it's the drawings of the two of them, not the Black Parade, although I listened to that on repeat. Their like debut album that got popular, their first one with Helena. I listened to that all throughout high school. Or like, what was it, my sophomore year? And then we have seventh house with relationships. So Justice and the Empress. So more nurturing energy and balance and harmony. And we have the Lotus with enlightenment. So seed of awakening, meditation. Everybody wants to change the world. Yeah. But nobody wants to. Yeah, I can't say that word. I don't think I can. I'm trying to figure out what words I can still say on all of the different platforms. And it's like the fact that we have to use code words is ridiculous to me. No, because my mind goes to lyrics all the time or pop culture references. That's just how my mind associates the energy that I'm feeling. A lot of people do, you know, different books or movies or that sort of a thing. Poets. I'm not a poet, so I my forte is pop culture and music. So yeah, not a bad thing, not a weird thing at all. Raining in the desert. Oh, wow. How wonderful, though, to be able to go out there and cleanse in that. That's wonderful. Beautiful. Okay, this is the 8 Coins Astrology Oracle. Yeah, there were people that would comment on my videos that I need to stop when I would say like, oh, this, you know, the King of Cups looks like, you know, I'll just say Bruce Wayne or something. They're like, you got to stop saying that they look like these people because now that's all I associate it with when I have the deck. I'm like, oh, okay, I better stop. I better not do that anymore. All right. Oh, I was shuffling upside down. So more Cancer energy. Yeah, we're really in our feelings. 10th house, didn't we get? No. 10th house is career and how people kind of see your successes. So you might be focusing on utilizing this time to go within to figure out what you want to do about your career, any kind of changes or healing in that, or maybe changing your path. That was, what was that? 3rd house. I know we had a 3rd house. I know we did. Okay, yes. So more confirmation. I'm going to move on from that. And then my other one that I love for astro readings is the Star Codes Astro. I also want to ask you guys, are there any witchy books, whether it is with the craft or with tarot or, you know, any of that realm that you would like me to start reading and reviewing? Because I do have a few audiobooks that I still need to listen to. I have one video that I need to edit for a tarot reference book. Do you want them like all in one compilation video? Do you want them separate? Like, what are your guys' preferences? Because I am not opposed to switching things up. Oh, thanks, Jake. Yeah, I highly agree. I feel like it has to be something you relate to, you understand the energy of. Capricorn achieving. Capricorn is very like methodical as well. Oop. 12th house introspection. I love that. We have Venus energy, and we have Gemini energy. Very much about communication. Mercury working your mind. Midheaven with the pinnacle of where you want to be. Venus is that, understanding beauty is everywhere. And then Saturn with structure. So the structure is interesting too, because we kind of, with this energy, it feels almost like we're breaking down in order to kind of rebuild it in a way. Not so much like a tower energy, but it does feel like we're trying to figure out what we really need and what we want to kind of push through and what we're leaving behind. 3 cheers. Yes. You're not the only one that feels that something big is in the works. It's been feeling that way for quite some time. And I think it's like a global manifestation is happening in some way. Like it just feels very much like we're all kind of getting onto this same wavelength, and there's like this mass awakening happening. A lot more people are diving into the mystic, realm and wanting to understand what's going on, getting into the occult. More people are becoming more accepting of the things that they don't quite understand, even though it seems like it's the opposite. There's a big push and pull right now of going between, the status quo and what has been going on for eons, and the rise of the divine feminine and the intuition and the nurture. So we have this, big patriarchy, almost like the last death grab of what it wants to cling on to. And then we have the rise of the divine feminine, and there's this push and pull energy of, okay, will you let me rise up? I'm going to, be here until forever. And so people are trying to find answers to what they're feeling and how to balance it out. Yeah, individualistic freedoms. I mean, I feel like that's something that is very much, what's the word? How do I want to put it? It feels like we're fighting for that more. But that is what it should be, if that makes sense. Like it shouldn't be something that is controlled or held down or under anybody's thumb. It should be something that is accepted and loved and appreciated. And there's a large amount of people who think that, everybody has to conform. And I am not of that mindset, obviously. The world could use the divine feminine right now. It absolutely is time. It has been beyond time for that. And it's not necessarily like this, it's more of a balance. Like you don't have to identify as a certain gender. It's just the way that the divine feminine feels. And you can kind of put it into words instead of like, it has nothing to do with gender, right? It has everything to do with embodying the traits of nurturing, self-expression, receiving energy. The divine masculine is very much this forceful energy, take action. You can symbolize it with Mars and Venus. So Mars is very much action driven, want to take charge, want to move forward. Whereas Venus is like, okay, well, I'm going to hold myself back a little bit. I'm going to wait. I'm going to assess everything and let things come to me. I'm going to, nurture myself and take care of myself, because I know if I don't, I can't pour from an empty cup. I'm going to be more accepting, willing to see all the different viewpoints, that sort of a thing. Right. It is a balancing act. It is a big balancing act. We all have both in us. It's just, what comes out with our reactions and what we're reacting to, how we are reacting. Okay, love this. More Saturn with boundaries. Okay, so I love how she's kind of in this meditative bubble here. Hey, Paola. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. I really am trying to make sure I do with all of everybody's names. So Saturn, again, we're talking about structure. We got another confirmation of Saturn structure, but also boundaries. Saturn is the rule distributor. They like rule, they like structure, right? But it's also a good time to remember that you yourself can have rules and structures with what you give your energy to. So again, we're talking about letting the past go, healing, bad cycles, healing karmic cycles. So that means giving yourself boundaries and putting those in place for a reason, right? If people are trying to come back into your life and you've already kicked them out, stand firm in those boundaries. And if you are, somebody who needs to get more structure in your life with a routine, with your habits, this is the time to think over maybe what you need to do in order to stay on track. Oh, I wrote that. Get back on track. I did. I was like, that sounds familiar. So giving yourself those boundaries. So it's not necessarily always going to be like, here's the line, don't cross it to other people. It's also for you too. So what are you doing that is not helping you in any sort of way? What habits do you need to kind of reevaluate that are holding you back from your fullest potential? Are you not resting enough? Are you not getting enough sleep? There are a lot of things that we do in our day to day that don't necessarily mean they're good for us. And so we have to kind of reevaluate and make sure that we, don't doom scroll for 5 hours straight, or, we go to bed at a reasonable hour. We're not shoving ourselves with junk food all the time. We're making sure we're drinking our water, right? Boundaries. And again, she's meditating. It makes me think that we need to do more of that. And again, meditating, I say it all the time, it doesn't necessarily have to be you sitting in silence. What it does mean is you need to allow yourself to have your mind wander. Don't focus on a thought for too long. Acknowledge it, let it go by. Focus on your breath. Calm yourself down. Just be in the present moment. You can color, work on a puzzle, doing your child's hair, allowing yourself to space for a while, because resting is not doom scrolling. And I'm saying that because I need to hear it multiple times. Then we have the moon with cycles. We are ending a cycle right now. And so we are moving to a new phase, a new change. And so we also need to prepare for that. So what does that mean for you? How are you going to get ready for spring? What are your plans? What are your goals? What do you want to see happen during this next phase or next cycle? Oh, I'm glad I said it perfectly. Yay. I love the Scarlet Witch. Tap into your power. That's what I feel. That dream was like, no, you have the power. You need to tap into it. Again, more meditation imagery. So gratitude with the waning gibbous. Focus on the things that are going right, the things that are being healed, the things that you are grateful to have been achieving already, the goals that you've already achieved. I said that a million times already in my head. Jessica, astrologist Heather Insworth says the patriarchy is about power over others and the divine feminine is about power with others. Yes, that's a perfect way. That's a perfect way to quantify that. I think it is. I think that's why we are feeling so much struggle more so than ever. Like it used to be like, little power struggles. Okay, that's just the world, right? But now it feels almost like earth shattering. So let's see if there's any other. This one wanted to come out. Pluto with I don't want to say that word because I don't know. But anyway, a rebirth. So we're transitioning. I love that. I think this is like letting the old you fall away, letting that just go by the wayside. It feels like she's, coming out of a canal, I'll say. So it's almost, like this perfect rebirth that we're having, especially with the snakes, shedding your past, shedding your old skin, coming into a new you. Spring is going to be, I feel like after this Mercury retrograde and as we go into spring, there's going to be a huge shift. I don't know if anybody else feels that, but it feels like this big shift toward, what is for our highest good will be happening. I do feel like there's going to be a lot of chaos regardless, a lot of destruction, a lot of change, but a lot of growth and growth in the right direction. Oh, thank you, Sainted. Yeah, this one is the Cosmic Magic Oracle. It has a lot of great insight too with like how to utilize the energy here. It's really great. I realize I have a lot more astrology decks now. It wasn't something that I ever planned on, focusing on, but since we do these readings, it's really interesting to have them all together, see what cards come out in the different decks that are the same or similar. Very cool. First house Pluto. Oh, yeah. Ferris! Hi! Good to see you. Transformation, endings, rebirth, and new chapters about to begin. Yeah. Oh, Walter, it's okay, buddy. Yeah, I know. Sorry. Hey, Jenny. Releasing old ways of being and surrendering to the process. Absolutely. Tarot Arts in Pasadena. Oh, I love that. Yeah, now's a great time to start patronizing your local metaphysical shops more so than you ever have before. Just a PSA, leave certain big companies in the dust right now. Oh, we were doing a collective reading about the full moon or the lunar eclipse happening. So basically, we are not the drama anymore. We are running away from that. We are allowing ourselves to go within and open up our hearts to new relationships, new ways of being, new opportunities. Yeah, and then everything else is just kind of confirming that. But yeah, I think this energy is going to be intense for a lot of us. I think we're going to be feeling quite a lot, and that's okay. I think this is a good time to cry it all out and release. Journal if you guys like to journal, if that's your sort of a thing. I need to start doing that more because I swear I forget what I had for breakfast in the morning. Like trying to think back like 8 months ago for, I think, September, when when we were talking about the last cycle here with this eclipse. So last September, I couldn't tell you what was going on in September. So I think journaling or keeping at least a weekly diary or journal about what's going on in your life, what you're focusing on, what your goals are, uh, interesting dreams, things like that should be something that, if that's your thing, should be something that you focus on because then it can show you where you've been. And then when these eclipses happen, you can go back and be like, oh, yeah, that's what I was working on, or that's what I was afraid of, or that's what I was struggling with. And then you can legitimately see right in front of you how far you have come, how much you have healed. Um, I remember having a daily journal when I was a kid, and it helped me so much kind of process my feelings, my thoughts, my anxiety, and just kind of see, okay, yeah, I got through that and now I'm here. Wow, what a difference, what a change. And then when these astrological events happen, you can kind of look back and be like, okay, well, this is what I was concerned with. I'm here now. I really got through all of that. That's awesome. No, they aren't. They are so not angel dust. I feel really weird saying that. Oh, goodness. That's awesome, Ferris. Yeah, see, I love that too. I keep forgetting to go back into certain decks to use those prompts. I need to really be more consistent. With my ADHD, I swear, it's a wonder that I can keep the schedule that I am keeping right now. I tell you what. I swear it feels like some days, like I legitimately will lose my head if it wasn't attached. Um, but yeah, the journaling I think is a great start to shadow work too if you want to get kind of deeper into that, that's such a wonderful way to kind of see where your triggers are, where your kind of I'll say triggers again, kind of started from. Um, a lot of shadow work can involve, family issues and dynamics. And so if that's something that you are ready to kind of dive into, just be prepared that that stuff might come up. But yeah, there's a lot of things that shadow work can help you with. And once you kind of move through those triggers and understand that you're healing it, I find that your manifestations kind of come in a lot quicker because a lot of times there's a hair in my mouth. I'm so sorry. Um, again, I swear. There we go. It was my own hair. Sometimes it's cat hair, sometimes it's Walter's hair. I never know. Um, but when you move through and heal those triggers, shadow work a lot of the times involves dealing with issues around your self-worth and how you embody yourself as a person outside of your inner child, if that makes sense. I'm going to move this to where you can see my face, and then we can kind of talk a little bit. And you don't have to just watch my hands. Oh, that worked. Okay. So shadow work can definitely help kind of heal that inner child. And then once you move through that, you start understanding, okay, well, it is my self-worth that I was having an issue with. I do deserve these things. I am worthy of $1 million, or I am worthy of being the business owner of my own business. I'm an entrepreneur. And so once you start realizing where that was in yourself and in your psyche, then you can move forward with your manifestation and understand, okay, yeah, like it is coming to me. I am working on this. It's coming. We're moving through. Rufadoo, welcome in. Oh, I'm so happy. Thank you. Yeah, I have worked very hard to make sure that this is a very welcoming space. Very inclusive, a very loving space. What? $30 journal for $5 at Barnes& and Noble? Heck yeah. Love a deal. Absolutely love a deal. I'm one of those people too. I'm sure everybody has the same kind of hang up as I do. I have journals and I'll like, or nice notebooks. I'll collect them. I won't write in them because I refuse to write in them and damage them. And then I had a journal I bought at like Marshall's 10 years ago. I just wrote in it the other day and it felt really weird. Stuff under the surface, 100%. Yeah, the journal stash is real. I've found lots in drawers and in boxes that had maybe like one page in it. I'm like, God, I need to start. It's like the same with stickers. That is awesome, Jake. I love that for you. Yeah, sometimes it just takes time. And then when we talk about manifesting, I know it's such a like, I want to say woo-woo topic, and it can be kind of one of those things where it feels like it's too woo-woo. Like I was kind of studying Abraham Hicks for a while, and like I related to a lot of it, but at the same time, there was stuff that I'm like, I'm not sure. So I kind of go back and forth with a lot of that because I understand how it can kind of cross some different territories and kind of, put you in a not so good mindset. But when you're thinking about energy as never dying, right? Never being created and never dying. And then when you think about frequencies, right? So, there's those hertz frequencies that you can listen to for healing, for attracting, for, your third eye, whatever. Different frequencies for different modalities, we'll say. When you put that all together, things start kind of lining up. And then when you add in the quantum physics, Like it just stacks on stacks on stacks, right? So there's something to it, right? Energy never is created nor it never dies. And then energy involves frequency. And so when you raise your vibration or when you start being in that mindset of like, absolutely, I'm going to create my own reality, it starts making sense, right? I'm not an expert by any means, but I do feel like there's something to the law of attraction, to manifesting. It's just energy manipulation in the quantum realm, right? Long way of saying it. But yeah, I don't remember where I was going with that because now I got distracted. But manifesting in general, it does take time because sometimes we aren't fully ready, even though we think we are, for what we're getting. The example of like you're trying to manifest, let's say $100,000, right? But you've never had $100,000 before. And you're still in that mindset of like, every time I spend money, I don't have anything left over, or, I can't afford this. I can't do this. Why would you then think the universe would just give you $100,000 if you don't know how to utilize that energy? Do you see what I'm going? So it's like a mindset that you kind of got to shift into. If you are trying to own your own business and be a CEO and you've never been a CEO before, you have to put yourself in the mindset of a CEO. What would they do? What would their schedule look like? How would they react to employees suddenly having, employees are suddenly having, again, $100,000? Like putting yourself in that mindset is a form of raising your vibration and your frequency. So that way you can really visualize and understand how that will feel when that happens for you, when that changes for you, because it is a change, a huge change from not having anything to having everything. So the universe wants to give you what you want, but you have to be willing and ready to receive it. So if you're saying, I'm not worthy, I don't deserve this, then the universe says, okay, well, I'm going to give you something that you do feel worthy over. I'm going to give you stuff that you do feel anxiety over because that's what you are showing me that you want. Sorry, I'm going to catch up with comments. Yeah, Angel, just go for it. The thing of it is just if you try, like the adage of, you never know until you try. You got to get out of your own way sometimes. And I tell myself this daily. I just got to get out of my own way. I'm somebody who strives for making sure everything is done right, or to my degree of like perfection. And when I was first starting on this channel and in anything that I did, I would be so self-conscious. I would think, what would anybody think? And then I thought of, what would I want to watch? Like, I don't want to watch somebody who's unrelatable. I don't want to watch somebody who can never make a mistake or has to be perfect. I want to watch somebody that I would go and have a glass of wine with. I want to go and have a conversation or understand that we can be silly. I want to be authentic to who I am. So if I mess up in my videos, if I say or if I say something that doesn't quite make sense and I laugh about it, so be it. We all do it. I am not perfect. In fact, I am far from it, and I need to be okay with that in order to put out what I want to put out, because not everybody's going to like me. Not everybody's going to be my cup of tea either. So just do what you want to do and try, because at the end of the day, would you rather have tried and maybe made a mistake or failed a little bit? Or would you want to go through your life with regret of like, oh man, I should have done that. It's eating at me. Oh, thank you. Thank you for my makeup. I swear, like the under eyes though, she's gotta go. Oh, we have multiple journal collectors. I love that. How do you start journaling? Oh, that is a wonderful question, because I often feel blocked. Just start putting something to the page. So, you know how you're like, okay, well, for me with the perfect journaling writing, like I have to make sure that I don't ruin a journal that I just bought. We get over that real quick by just The first thought that comes in your head, write it down. And then you go from there. You start understanding that it doesn't have to make sense because it's for you. You're not writing, the next epic poem. You're not writing it for somebody else. You're writing it for you. So whatever your thoughts are, whatever you're feeling, you can say, like, I just went to the bathroom. Like, whatever's on your mind, just put it to paper. I love the color blue. And then you'll start going from there. It's just breaking the seal, right? Literally. And you know what? You will feel exposed and you will feel vulnerable, maybe your first couple of tries. But again, that's with everything that you start to do, or anything that you try, right? You're always going to have that vulnerability. But again, if you don't allow yourself to just accept that and understand that we all feel vulnerable, we all go through this, you're not going to take that first step. Yes, Jake, manifesting is our way of creating the life we want by using the power of our energy. Yes. We all have it. We're all capable. I say it all the time. We're all intuitive. We all have that connection. We all can get there. Just takes practice. Everybody with a journal stash. I love this. Ooh, yeah. Van, literally, you're in sync with the moon, right? Yes. So Ferris with the prompts and the oracles, it's great. You can even go online and search for, let's just say, daydreaming prompts or introspection prompts. Whatever you're feeling, you can search for that prompt and it'll start giving it out to you. Or people with their own prompts, I should say. I don't particularly like AI, so I don't want to recommend that usage. You're so welcome, Jake. Aw, yeah. I've given this example a few times, where you act like somebody's filming you your day to day, like a documentary crew, or like you're live streaming all day, but act like somebody's watching you and taking in what you're doing. Like they're trying to learn from you. So if you want to be a CEO, how would the CEO wake up? How would you start your day? Would you start by exercising, meditating, clear your head? Would you start by just doom scrolling? Would you be reaching out to people? Would you be cold calling? I don't know. But you act as if. That's the whole thing. You act as if. It's not pretending, it's acting as if. And so when you start feeling like somebody's, observing you, you want to be your best. You want to put on a good, I don't want to say facade, but you want to put on a good face, right? You don't want people to look at you at your worst, or, look at you like you're feeling lazy or sluggish. You want to be like on point. This is what I'm doing. This is my regimen. You want to be a baddie. Is that the term? So when you start doing that, then you realize how many habits are not serving you. I've done this quite recently, and it is very eye-opening. I'm like, oh, I need to get back on my stepper. I need to eat better. I need to exercise and focus on my health. I need to make sure I'm not scrolling 5 hours straight. Yeah, is eye-opening. I've missed you, Ferris. I've missed everybody. This has been so nice just to be back and around everybody. I'm still a little lost with the YouTube setup because I'm used to my streaming software, so I apologize with this viewpoint. View-ish. Sorry, I'm catching up on comments. Hey, Alexis. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Oriental Tarot, welcome. Oh, hi, Egypt. Love that. Yeah. I feel like, and I was talking to my sister about this, I feel like I go from a depressed episode to a very optimistic episode. And I'm like, I know I'm not manic. I know for a fact. So it just feels like there's this consistent up and down energy, and I know a lot of it is me being too aware with everything that's going on. And so I do want to say, if you're being stressed out right now, I'm not saying bury your head in the sand. I'm saying take a time out, take a breather, recoup, and then get to being aware again. Um, there's a reason why news story after news story is coming out. It is to make us feel this way, to get us unsettled, to get us in a state of paralysis. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you are feeling like, the state of the world is on fire, you're valid. But at the same time, there's also good things happening too. There's also a lot of wonderful things happening too. So find the good stories, find the hope core, find the things that make you feel safe and nurtured. But at the same time, it is important to be aware and stay up to date, because it's important to make your voices heard on those things that are happening. Yeah, and you know what? A lot of bosses have ADHD or some form of neurodivergence. Like a lot of people with successful businesses do, because they can they don't have to, like, you know, one stream of consciousness, another. They can multitask really well. As somebody who has that kind of a brain, we can multitask really well. Sometimes it takes getting us back in line a little bit, but we can do it because we can put ourselves in multiple different areas at one time. A shadow work one? Yeah. Let me write that down because I will forget. I have a list of things that I got to do. So are you wanting something like a pick a card? What do you mean by interactive? Oh my gosh, yes, Ferris. So, as somebody who has notifications on every single app, because that's my job. So it's email, it's TikTok, it's YouTube, uh it used to be the Meta apps, which I no longer have anymore. I'm over on Blue Sky. If you guys want to check me out over there, it's Wicked Moonlight. I think I'm the only Wicked Moonlight. As somebody who has those notifications that go off constantly, and not only that, but family and friends, uh, you have to set up your boundaries. Where was that boundaries card? You have to put boundaries in place. So for me, I know that I am self-employed. And so my access to me is on my time in business hours. So for instance, I make sure that I give myself breaks. I make sure I take a nice lunch. I'm not doing any work in those segmented times. And then after 6 p.m., I am not touching work. So I'm not touching those notifications. I'm not responding to emails. I'm not doing anything like that, because those are work hours, right? 9 to 5, 10 to 6, 9 to 6, whatever you fill in the blank of what you think your hours are, right? I refuse to, contact or respond to anybody unless it's an emergency. So sometimes people will, email me, at the 7 p.m. and I won't get back to them until like 9 a.m. the next morning, because that's my work hours. I refuse to overwork myself. I've done that so much during my time on earth. I refuse to do it now. I'm manifesting a soft life for me, an abundant but soft life. So absolutely give yourself those boundaries and those spaces, however they fit to you, because we are not supposed to have so much access to not only everybody else, but to information. We're not supposed to know, like, we weren't meant to know what was going on a continent away from us, right? We're not supposed to have all of this happening in our brain and all these different notifications on our phone. So this is a whole new era and a whole new age for humanity. And then you throw an AI on top of that, we're cooked. So give yourself time to regenerate and recoup. It's overwhelming and draining on purpose. Manifestation tarot. I think I saw this. Jane. Yes, I think I saw this. Okay. I know that name. Jane Wallace. And then someone asked me about the new Wizard of Oz tarot that just came out, I think yesterday or the day before. I'm on it. I'll get to it. Get back in line. Pick a card. Okay, cool. Yes, I can get that going. I can get that going. Aw, cute. The cards on top, like, yeah, I can do more of that. The card indicators instead of the crystal indicators. Absolutely. Let's see. Card indicators. Yeah, it's a soft life. Like, I don't share a lot of what has happened to my past because it's not really, I don't want to say it's not relevant, but it's not something that, like, that's not me anymore, you know? Like, I'm a completely different person. But, like, you know, your past shapes you. You work hard, you struggle, like conflict, challenges, all of those things. And you get you grow out of that and you change and you transform and you're like, I'm not going to be that person anymore. I'm not going, and then for somebody else, right? Like you do that for a corporation or for somebody else to um benefit off of you, right? I refuse to do that anymore. Like I worked way too hard and got none of the rewards. You know what I mean? It's like you break your back, kind of like construction. Like you go into it, you get a lot of work experience and you get well paid, but you break your body early in life and then you kind of pay for it the rest of your life. I want a soft life. I don't want to do any of that. That sounds really like it sounds very elitist, but it's true. It's like I'm done being uh backbreaking labor. I can't do it anymore. My mind just cannot do it. I don't mind doing I don't mind working for other people as long as I am getting fairly compensated. How about that? Yeah, you get tired of having to do, like, I find it incredibly, incredibly scary and terrifying that we all have to have like 2 to 3 jobs right now just to live. So don't get me started on that because I will be here like forever talking about my hate for all of it. But it's concerning because again, humans weren't supposed to be like this. Winter, we were supposed to hunker down and just hibernate, hibernate. But, we're not supposed to live this capitalistic lifestyle. This is something that is completely not natural to humans. So therefore, we're having to go through all of these health issues. We're going through all of these mental issues because of the way that we are being forced to live through all of this. So I'm a Gemini, very much a Gemini. You know what? I will say, Jenny, this is the year of the hermit. This is definitely the year where we find our own inner light, right? Like we're not shining for just anybody anymore. We're finding our strength within. We are allowing our own wisdom to take hold. We are getting rid of things that are not conducive to how we want to live anymore. But it is also a time where there's going to be a lot of change because Next year is going to be the year of the wheel, right? How that 2026, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's the wheel, or you can even reduce it down farther to the magician. So kind of think about how you want to transition into that for next year. So this is your time to kind of cocoon in and do the internal work, so that way next year you have the power within you and you understand it to manifest what you want and to have the wheel turn in your favor, if that makes sense. Libra. Oh, my husband's a Libra. So we have 2 air signs in this house, and let me tell you, it is chaos sometimes. Oh, Cancer. Oh, we love a Cancer. We love someone who's in touch with their emotions. All air signs. Yeah, it is. It's fun. He's very much different air sign than I am. But once we start having a conversation about stuff that like we love or like we're hyper fixated on, it's we don't stop. Like we have to be like, okay, we gotta call it. Scorpio. Oh, I love Scorpios. I love all the signs. I don't really have beef with any of the signs because again, everybody's birth chart is different. So like I tend to not like what's the word called where you stereotype them because everybody's birth chart is different. One Scorpio is going to be way different from another. Oh, who's whining? I'm gonna have to get off in a minute because I gotta feed my children. Oh, we love that, Jake. Oh, yeah, Geminis are fun. Some of them are a little toxic, as we can be, but I think a lot of that has to do with a lot of stereotyping. Just like Scorpios are not all backstabbers and drama, it's just everybody's, chart is different, so we all have different qualities. It is very much a self-care year. I feel it. We all feel it. I just want you all to be safe. That is my main concern. Like, I post a lot of these little collective short readings. If you haven't seen them, you can find them in the short tab. So I do it for TikTok and for here on YouTube. They're the same videos. So, because some people don't have the TikTok platform, and vice versa. But these readings have very much been about taking care of yourself, making sure you're being in alignment with what you want and being balanced with your mental and your emotional state. There's a lot of this collective energy of just wanting to nurture the self. And so it's important that you're taking care of yourself. And that's what I worry about because I keep getting this with the collective, right? So whenever you see these, I want you to know that that is the main goal here for this year is for you to take care of yourself. However that works for you, whether that is getting more education, whether that's getting more sleep, whether that is eating more nourishing food. And I'm not saying diet, like we're not doing diet culture on this channel. What I am saying is you're cutting out the McDonald's, you're cutting out the stuff that's just ick, right? Let's put some more vegetables. Let's put some more good, stability food in you, right? Drinking your water, making sure you're not overworking yourself, making sure you are literally taking care of yourself. Because if you don't take care of yourself, nobody else will, all right? I speak from experience. Take care of yourself. This is the year to do it. Yeah, the drinking water is so real. I go through one of these a day and I try to make it 2, but your girl can't seem to do that just yet. But yeah, I think we all are different signs, but I don't know. I don't know most people's most people's signs who are spiritual people, practitioners. I don't keep it up in here. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I can't remember my own week last week, let alone somebody else's. sign. It's so bad. You are so welcome. Is it Gigi? I hope I'm saying that correctly. I really like appreciate everybody being here. I just want to make sure if I mispronounce your name, please don't be afraid to say, hey, it's this is the how you say it, because I want to make sure I'm doing it right. Oh, good. I'm glad. Ooh, Moonwater is very good on the eclipse. If you want to do kind of, if you're into chaos magic, but also if you want to kind of do protection work or any kind of baneful magic. Just saying. I don't typically work with eclipse. I do more full moon. Just that's my basic. I am very much a basic witch. That's awesome. Hierophant. Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, last question, because I didn't see any answers. Book recommendations. Is that something you want me to start doing? Book reviews in the tarot / witchy communication. Girl, stomach just growled. For instance, this is coming. This video is coming. But also, like I'm going through this one, and I'm going through this one. I also have a full bookshelf in the closet that I have not read through. Book reviews. Perfect. Okay. Now, as far as the book reviews go, do you want like a breakdown, or do you want me to just say this is good for XYZ reasons, but this is bad for XYZ reasons? How would you like me to go about it? I want it to be comprehensive. I want it to be, I don't want it to just be a quick, I liked it. But yeah, I have audiobooks that I'm still needing to get through. I've got a whole bunch of stuff in there that I have got from thrift stores or impulse buys. So, hey, you're unstuck, Angel, with the 8 of Wands. You're moving through. Okay. And then I always forget what I was going to say about upcoming stuff. So plan on more of these where we're for full moon and new moon. I'm going to try to go live more. It'll be more collective energy. I'm trying to figure out a good time frame for that, a good schedule. It might be different times each video, each live, because of the days that the new moon and the full moon fall on. So I'm trying to have it be more accessible for obvious reasons of the fact that like there's a ton of people all over the world. So I want to make sure that I'm, doing things where we're not always the same time frame, if that makes sense. So there might be days where I do it at 11 a.m. or, something like that, depending on the day. So those lives will be happening. I've got more decks reviews coming. If there's a specific deck that you would like me to review, obviously, then there's a Google Doc in the description. You can check that. You can check to see if it's on the list, and then if not, go ahead and add it. And then what else? What else? I'm working on. I've said it for years, and I still am working on it. I'm going to do a tarot. What is the word? Learning, like a learning for each card. So how to read it, symbolism, break it down, all of that stuff. So it'll be a card by card video. It won't be all in one. So we'll really break down the imagery, the symbolism, all of that in the video. So that's coming. I want to do more in-depth videos about discussing the gods and the goddesses and different pantheons. So yeah, tarot or any kind of witchy book. So I'll start another document for that too. And then, yeah, I think that's it. I still want to go and have our lives with unboxings, so that'll happen too. But like I said, I'm still trying to figure out schedules. I'm still trying to get back on track for when my channel got blown up. So everything is getting caught up. So with that being said, if there's anything specific that you would like me to do, you can always shoot me an email. You can always write it in on the Google Doc. I am definitely open for all of that. Hey, Melody. Oh, thank you. Thank you all for being here. All right. So I need to go and take care of my animals because 5 o'clock on the dot is usually when they get fed, and Barty is nothing but a routine cat. So with that being said, thank you all for hanging out with me today. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your energy exchange. Thank you. Just I can't say thank you enough to all of you. Especially those who have been with me from the beginning. You know who you are. I'm very thankful. And I won't be going live every day, but whenever I am going live, I will let you know a couple days in advance on the community post. So make sure your notifications are on because I think that'll tell you when that is. Oh, thank you so much, guys. Oh, all right. Don't be a stranger. I won't be a stranger. I'll see you in my next video. Next video will be up on Saturday. All right. Thank you all. Have a wonderful full moon, lunar eclipse, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.